I remember a conversation with Jonah P. He said that if we wanted to make this fun, it'll have to be PRX. I don't want to sway it. PRX!
That's right, G2 picked PRX for the first round of playoffs and lost 2-0. So what happened? Did G2 just come unprepared, or did PRX play a really good game? Let's break down and see what rounds and things PRX did to help them get the win over G2. We're going to look at both round 3 and 4 and look at how Forsaken single-handedly won them both of these rounds.
Setup they're going to be dealing with, and then looking to find the weaker side. And they seemingly have done so again, but PRX starting to get a little bit wise to this.
Well, eating the bullet there. Forsaken otherwise not able to find too much damage. Does get a glimpse, but able to bounce out into Garage and Leaf. Okay, does end up getting taken down. Jogama finds the spot here. Launch the who's going to be overwhelmed. Talon arrives from above. Forsaken with one more kill. Now traded out.
Let's break down what happened. Forsaken throws a one-way towards B main, right? And this stops them from being able to push in really easily. So G2 responds by throwing the Yoru clone as well as having Jonah P flash on this wall, so that way Forsaken has to push back. But Forsaken has his own flash to counter against them so that they can't push to the one-way. This results in him getting his kill on Leaf. And the reason why this is so important is because G2 is trying to pinch from Heaven and main at the same time, right? But if they can't get through main, it's going to make taking Heaven and crossing into site a lot harder, because they're going to have to worry about more angles and like they won't have as much cleared. So it's going to be a lot more of a pain in the ass to actually get onto site and clear all the angles without dying. So even though G2 is able to push Devi off onto site, they weren't able to deal with Forsaken, and Forsaken is able to get a pick on Leaf as well on Trent. And the kill on Trent wins them this whole round. Even though both Devi and Forsaken are dead, Forsaken got the most important kill this round. He killed Trent on Rafter, and Valen has no TPs to get up there. So this means G2 has to force up the rope and into Heaven in order to get the bomb. But because of the amount of time Forsaken was able to buy in B main, a lot more of PRX is able to rotate over, and Patman's able to get the kill on Jogamo, and the rest of PRX are able to secure the round. Okay, now we're going to look at round 4.
Beat a lot if PRX is doing well. It's been their hype man this event for sure.
Absolutely. Looking to get him a bit entrenched here in Garage. One way now on the setup.
That should give it away.
Oh, he's going to push up into this, get up on top of the box, and Valen, I'm not sure if he's going to read this. No, Jonah P is Forsaken!
Okay, let's break down what happened. Forsaken's been throwing the same one-way B main for the past couple rounds now, but this time he had something shoot some shots to bait for Forsaken to get into the corner. But Forsaken noticed that there weren't any pressure towards B, so he took this time to go into his one-way smoke. And the reason why that this worked so well is because everyone on G2 is listening to Valen. I don't know what Valen is calling, but he's calling something big, which has caused everyone on G2 to actually just stall and just pause, and they're all just focused and listening on to Valen, which results in Forsaken getting this 2k, which actually just wins them the whole round. Next, we're going to watch round 16, where Patman 1v3s.
With everything to do. Around the corner, finds the first. The Hawk going to be sent. Re-swings, clears out Leaf. Prowler at the ready. Trent in front, and Patman is him!
Let's talk about why this round is so important. Not only was this round just a really good 1v3 and just showed how good Patman was, every decision he made, he fully committed to it. So all the fights he was taking, he knew exactly what he wanted to do, and he was in control of this 1v3 the entire time. But let's talk about why this round mattered so much. It stopped G2 from getting to double digits, which also broke their economy, which means G2 had to save next round. And since they are on eco, Something and Jing were able to farm their ultis and use them on the next gun round, which secured them the round, which got them to tie the score. So this round single-handedly immediately brought them back into the game. Okay, now we're going to look at round 22. And even though PRX don't close the map out on this round, I still thought what they did was actually pretty cool.
This attacker side, one more to close it out here to take their map pick, to take the opening map of the playoffs here at Masters Toronto.
Immediately the rush forward here, nothing spotted in towards A Heaven with the dimensional drift. Able to take a note here of Leaf's positioning. Something exiting, teleporting back out with a gate crash. Jogama holding close. Gets pushed away from the angles, the paint shells fly.
With Devi, I think he knows that Jogamo's back there. Might have heard the TP. And they're bringing the rest of the forces over there. Too much resistance.
Okay, let's look at what happened. Something popped his ulti at the beginning of the round and goes up A Heaven. This basically inserts Devi aggressively into A Heaven really early in the round. but he has another TP towards mid, so he creates pressure like it's a B split. And the rest of PRX go back B main to create pressure and just sell that it's a B side hit, where then Devi later in the round calls the rest of PRX to go and rotate back towards A. I thought it was really cool how they maximized the Euro ulti and started off A, put pressure towards mid, and then also got info on B. Okay, next we're going to move on to Lotus, and we're going to look at round 6.
Just extra seconds. Plus there's the Vice Wall on the other side.
Go for the backside, rolling that are going to be Sen. No one getting hit by that one as the wall holds everybody else back here for the moment. A TP forward from Valorant does get himself into the side as the Nightfall's going to go across, and that's going to hit damn near everyone. Hit, however, does come through in play with the Devi swinging out on the timing as that reveal, but cannot find the kill, but Jing has arrived! Lands on top! And that is going to be the plant denied.
Not gonna lie, this retake was super good. They flooded out onto site really early and quickly, and it just isolated a lot of fights, and this is because of Patman's utility. All of it was used super well, and it just helped reveal where G2 is playing. Patman's ulti is actually really good here. It hits Valen pretty early on, so the rest of PRX knows that there's someone close by, which is why they're able to swing and get the kill on Valen so quickly. Next, I don't know where Patman's eye is, but it hits Jonah P, and this just signals for Jing, who's already going in with his ulti, who to shoot at. And even though it doesn't kill Jonah P, it kills Leaf, and this just opens up the entire site. The smoke goes down, and everyone on PRX is going to be able to fight really easily, and then Jing gets another kill on Jogamo, and Trent has to save. Next, we're going to look at PRX's attack pistol on Lotus.
Some aggression on that mound side. Something in the meantime is just out on a solo mission, has the gate crash set up back over at the spawn. Trying to go for a quick exit, but he wants to try to draw some attention.
It's just a timing hit.
Portal closed.
Oh, he's not going to TP. I thought maybe they'd TP, but he's gained so much space. PRX is going to use that instead. They had a couple different options. This is the one they're going to roll with.
But now it's going to be a double re-clear of this tree position here from G2. Want to make sure that they haven't actually lost control of this, but something finds the instant one-tap. Trent backpedaling. Trying to stay alive, something in for the challenge.
Standing ahead.
It's a hit onto the shoulder as Trent sprayed down on Forsaken, but as he
What I really like about this pistol is that something just goes into tree really early on. He opens the door, and a lot of people like to fake pressure, but since he's on Yoru, he can put a TP out and play inside tree, because he knows that teams are going to have to use util or a person to actually clear this angle. This results in Leaf trying to re-clear this space later in the round, which results in something getting the pick on him early, which allows the rest of PRX to rotate towards A and get onto site. PRX also puts some pressure on C and B, which is really good, because if you look at G2's comp, they're not running a Sentinel. And PRX are going to abuse this all attack half, because they know that G2 are going to have to leave a person on each site just to watch to make sure that people don't lurk up. Alright, next we're going to look at round 17 by PRX.
It's out. PRX in control here for the moment. Sheer wall set up. In case anybody goes on a deep little lurk.
Actually going to use the TP deep towards A.
Flash of the Boombot going through, and something with the some swing.
Handle this.
Able to find Jonah P. Immediately, Dimensional Drift going to be going out. Jogamo going to be taken down. Forsaken finds him over outside of stairs. Spraying across, Balance dead. Trent trying to push the smoke, but Jing's already there.
Okay, I don't know why, but G2 weren't fighting for the A main space for most of the half, and PRX started to pick up on this, so they decided to contact up with a smoke on A and do a B split. And what they did to Jonah P was so fucked. They threw a Yoru flash, a Fade Dog, as well as a Boom Bot towards him, and he just got fucked. And then this spiraled into them getting B. They have the wall for C. They have a lot of A space. They opened the door for pressure. It was just a super good attack that allowed them to get B super easily. They pushed into heaven and killed Valen, and it was just such a good attack. Like, it was such a good round. I feel so bad for Jonah P, but PRX actually just rolled through this round. Okay, let's look at the last round, round 21.
So long.
Side forward, Jogamo. An aggressive play takes Jing out of the equation. It's that showstopper once again, not needing to be a concern. Players bounding through the door. Trails telling the story here for Devi. He will just stay in position just in front of B. Something pushed up forward, finds one, gets his, gets out.
You can see with this Vice Wall, they were playing to B or C the whole time. And G2 has completely misread it.
This round is a 4v5 because G2 decided to push up on C and they get the kill on Jing. So right now PRX is trying to re-clear all this C space just to make sure that there's no one pushed up. But while this is happening, something walks up A because quite frankly G2 has not been putting any pressure, so he has pretty much a lot of freedom. But they decided to adjust by having Leaf inside of tree, so that way if something opened the door like he's been doing, they would know immediately if he's inside there or not. But instead, this time he went stairs. But G2 are aware of this gap. They know that they've left stairs open and something could have taken the timing, which is why Trent is going to try and drone. But I don't think that they were ready for something to be this far forward. I think they thought he was going to be somewhere here or here and call the rest of PRX over to re-hit towards A. So G2 are going to get ready to drone and try and fight towards PRX. But there's no one here. Something gets the kill and TP's out and the rest of PRX are able to go C and there's no one else here.